Hello there. In today's video, I wanted to show you how you could create your very own package on PIP. So say you're working in a Google Colab notebook and you wanted to use something more easily than trying to download files manually. If you create a package on PIP, you can then use it on Colab and really anywhere you need it. And as I was doing that AI logo gen tutorial last week, there was this interesting package called icon image that helps you seed, helps you teach the computer what should be in the resulting image. And if you do that, you can sort of help control the composition. And then the AI component will try to fill in the blanks. So it's really kind of cool to be able to generate these and say, hey, I want to make a funky looking robot. And that's what this guy, Max Wolf, does. So he used his package he made, or his little library, and used it to generate all these funky images here. So it's kind of cool, and I just want to show you how you can do that yourself. Also, I'll show you how I use this to generate my own logo of or not logo, but a video of a blind man walking. It's kind of cool. So let's begin. All the steps for this are in tutorials here under Make Your Own PIP package. It's really basic. First off, I just forked the repo from MinMaxer, or Minimaxer. That's his icon image that I'm showing you here. And then after that, there's a few special things you need to add. So you'll notice I have a license that's just in general good, so anyone knows, hey, I can use your stuff. And this is the terms. A make file is helpful just for you to know how to update your own package. And here this shows you how to generate this sort of distributable that you can put on PyPy for people to pip install later. Then after that, there's a few more things. Setup.cfg tells PyPy what to look for your README. And the setup.py is the main crux of everything, where you want to say, here's how to install the package. So this is sort of standard stuff here. If the version is less than Python 2.7, not supported. I only tested this on 3.9, so I just display this warning here if you're not on 3.9. However, I think Colab was using 3.7 and that worked too. So technically I could update this. But here's all the gist of what the package needs, how to tell it, hey, here's how you install stuff. So whenever you install things from a package, they'll have a whole lot of things in their setup.py that tells you here's all the acceptable versions of pillow, icon font to PNG, etc., etc. And that's how you can control the auto downloading of dependencies. So again, it's great to create a package when you're going to reuse something across multiple projects and you don't want to deal with funky installation steps. There's a few other things, all should be pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, it's really simple. You just make those 3 files. Then you should also, at least, I'm pretty basic at making this stuff, but you create a Python package. So it has a init.py in it. And then whatever is in here, you can make importable. So here's this gen icon. That's essentially the same stuff that he had in his library, but I also return the pillow image. That way you can manipulate it yourself before moving forward with the ultimate generation of things. So if you want to make a logo, then tweak it just a little bit more. Make a this little icon here. Sorry, I'm teasing you here. Scrolling up. So here I made a blind man walking using my package. And if you wanted to manipulate this further, maybe draw like a vertical bar, try to teach it that there's going to be like a grass here, a river going this way. You could do all that stuff and still save it. So I'm making it a little bit more reusable, this package, because running things from command line isn't as usable as running things like this with Python, where you can keep things in memory and all that. So anyways, that's the gist of everything I did. I just, copy and pasted that file into this folder called icon image. The key thing to note in setup.py is that you need to tell it where the packages are. So putting it in icon image tells the installable when you try to import things, hey, if I do from icon image, import icon image, that's going to get me, in this folder and then this file. So if this was called icon.py, it would be from icon image, import icon. Pretty self-explanatory. That's sort of the main thing to watch out for. But yeah, super simple, surprisingly simple, honestly. And after that, I just installed Twine. That's a way to interface with PyPy to install things. Then I created my own PyPy account and just verified my email. And then I ran everything under the make file. Let me pull that up for you here. This twine upload dist, this Python setup.py, all that stuff is how it gets put on PyPy. And yeah, really cool, really quick and easy, and that's how I made my own package. And I've done this in the past for a sports data API I created, and again, was very surprised how quick and easy it was. Now that we have the package, let me just show you how I used it on Google Colab. So I did take the Google Colab I mentioned last week in the OpenAI sort of generation of things, and I don't believe it's OpenAI, just the artificial intelligence logo generation. And I took that notebook and then I added just a few more steps here. So this installs the icon image library, pip install icon-image. This dev null just makes it not print out any of the output from that step. Also, no deps, I use that because I know that NumPy is already installed by an earlier step. Pillow is a not strictly supported version, so I didn't want to mess with uninstalling things. And the only one that wasn't going to be installed that should be is this icon font to PNG. So really, if I was doing an open source project, there's a lot of work you have to do on maintenance of things, and that's why people don't like creating open source things, or a lot of projects are abandoned after a while because it is a lot of work to maintain things. In this case, I could say, okay, now I tested Pillow 7.1.2 and Python 3.7, so that's a new supported version. But to get around all that and still work with my setup.py, just do no deps and install the missing packages. Also, the fonts and the way to call them are just downloaded from my GitHub. I mirrored them there. And once you do that, you can just call FA, this is font awesome solid. And then the blind man is FA blind. There's whole documentation on this. There's a link in the repo for these V4 icons. You can pick anything in here and use that to generate an icon. And I believe you can set up other fonts too if you want to do something beyond what this is doing. Anyways, I generated this blind man. I put him in the center, made him not the full screen. That's important because otherwise the AI will get confused about this blind guy's walking. Where is he walking? There's probably the sky. There might be a building. All those things will need to be fit in to blind man walking. So it's good to sort of think about how it's going to fit in the final picture that you hope the computer can generate. The sort of sense you're trying to get. Anyways, here's the evolution of the computer. Let me scroll down properly here. So first, it's like this kind of cool wizard. You can see what I created. That icon is really the core of the shape of the guy that's drawn. If I wanted to do like a whole bunch of blind guys walking, I could stagger them behind each other into a whole scene, or give them a dog, things like that. And you could use that to see what the computer is going to come up with. So here you can see it kind of gets these blind glasses here, but then it loses that feature. It has a little bit of a tough time, but I do like the colors it came up with. And let's see where we end up here. Yeah, the AI is still trying to figure out what to do, but it's kind of cool. It at least shows you how you can follow along with what Mini Maxer was saying, Max Wolf, in his, where is this here? In his blog post I mentioned last week on BQGAN and Clip. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. I'm just showing you again how you can use your own PNGs with that example to sort of nudge the AI in a specific direction. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, ideas for something you want me to look at, or just any feedback in general, please let me know. As always, like and subscribe. It helps me keep doing this. And yeah, hope this helps. Have a good one.